write this on paper. If you get the equation set up correctly, but then do not solve correctly, you can get half credit. Right? Except for there are a few where you just, the setup is the only thing it's asking for, but you can get half credit back. So you want to make sure you're writing everything down on that worksheet. Plus you have to have some work, because otherwise that makes me think that you cheated. Because you should not be able to do these entirely in your head. All right, so what would you guys use to solve this? You can use substitution, or you can change it to an elimination problem pretty easily also. So if you like substitution, what you're going to do is you're going to take h minus 6 and you're going to plug it in for that b right there. And that will look like this. 2 times h minus 6 plus 3h equals 163. Or some of you are really bad at substitution. So if that is you, if you are not good at substitution, but you can do some elimination, do this instead. This h right here, I could just move it to the other side. But if I move it to the other side, I have to change its sign. So I would have b, and instead of a positive h, it's going to be a minus h when I move it over, and that will equal negative 6. So I'm just moving that over. And then the other equation is 2b plus 3h equals 163. So it is up to you on which way you want to do this. If you do this with substitution, you don't have to do both, it's fine. You'll have 2h minus 12 plus 3h equals 163. You will combine your like terms. 5h minus 12 equals 163. You'll add your 12. 5h. Because what we're trying to do is change everything to our h's. So we're just taking the h minus 6 and we're just replacing the b. Everything else about this bottom equation stays the same. So we don't put anything in for that h. It just stays because it's already an h. All right, and so what do you get when you do 175 divided by 5? 35. I'm 35, but not for long, because my birthday is next month. So I'm coming up on the second half of 30s. February 12th. So I got a month left as a 35-year-old. February 12th. Really? Huh? You're twins. I can tell. You look alike. So 35 is the correct answer. Let me show you what you would do if this twisted your brain in knots because you don't like substitution. It is possible for you to avoid ever doing substitution, right? In most cases. So if you move this h over like I did here, we could try to get rid of this b. What would I have to multiply the top equation by to get rid of the b? Negative 2. All right. So that would be negative 2b plus 2h equals positive 12. And then the bottom equation would just stay the same. 2b plus 3h equals 163. And so when you do this, the b's would cancel. You would end up with 5h equals 175. You would divide by 5. And you would also get 35. I don't know if this is actually true. I think my brother's 30. For part of the year, I am 6 years older than him, but for part of the year, I'm only 5 years older than him. Yeah, I'm really like 5.5 years older than him. So right now, I think he's 30. But after February, I'll be 6 years older than him again. So. She is actually 2. She's like a year and a half younger than me. So we're like. I graduated in 2004. Yeah, got my license in 2002. So mark this down if you see another question about how old Miss Hyatt is. I'm currently 35, and I probably actually did that question about how old I was, but it could have been any time from 22 when I started teaching to now. So if you get a number bigger than 35, you're probably wrong. So if you get 82, I'm not 82. So this morning you got 80. And I was feeling insulted. So, yeah, I mean, some people hold up better than others. Like, I feel like Miss Hooper, really either one of the Miss Hoopers, but especially Leslie Hooper, she looks way young, I think. Because I'm pretty sure she's taught longer than me, so I think she's older than me. Yeah. Yeah, I think Miss Martin, which Miss Martin is young, because I taught Miss Martin, but I think she looks even younger than she really is. So. I taught Miss Martin. First year I taught, yeah. I had her in pre-cal.
Wait, what years did you teach her?
I think I taught her the first year that I was here, which was the 2009, 2010 school year. But it could be the second. We were trying to figure out the other day.
I was going to ask if you knew somebody, but I think they graduated shortly before you did. They're 30.
Yeah, I might have taught them. Maybe. It just depends on... I remember that name. I think she was here when I was...
Miss McComb taught her.
Yeah. I think she was here whenever... I think she was here whenever I was here, but I did not have her. That name sounds very familiar to me. I'm guessing it would have been Gwen whenever she was here, right? Yeah. So, back in the... For 15, you have Lucy's savings and Barbara's savings. It wants to know after how many weeks will they have the same amount of money. So this is one, it technically can be changed to, elimination, but this is one you'd be a little crazy to do it that way. 7.5x plus 25. So this is one you definitely, the equations are set up for you here. You want to use substitution on this one. The f of x and g of x, both of them, we can think of them as just y's. Right? Because when we use function notation, that represents our y. So we can just set these equal to each other. So we're going to have 10x plus 5 equals 7.5x plus 25. And then so you're just going to subtract 7.5x. Easton, please do not throw things across my classroom. And remember that your teacher has peripheral vision. It is actually true. You get them installed right after you deliver.
He was scared.
Yeah, they do it while they're checking the baby out.
How do you see through the hair?
It just works.
It's like microscopic, but it still works.
They actually thread it into your hair.
It's not threaded into the hair, but it's just so microscopic that you can see through the hair. It also has like infrared, so even if you can't see, heat, it can sense. It can even sense just rumors of bad behavior.
So that means if you have, let's say hypothetically there was somebody that broke in your house, you right there, behind you.
It is a special type of eye in the back of your head that can only really sense what children are up to. So only if it was a child. Right. If it, if you wanted to exterminate a child, possibly, but yes, it is true. Mothers do have eyes in the back of their head, so watch out.
How much do these things
They're free. You get them when you deliver. Yeah. I don't know what happens to hippies that give birth in their bathtub. I don't know if they get them, but pretty much everybody gets.
To be honest, they probably just smoke more pot. So
Don't know.
So
Some people choose that, all natural. So, yes, we can. All right, so you should get an 8 for yours. I mean, like, some people do give birth at home. So a lot of people that do that will have like a midwife, so there's somebody trained there. So, but now, I mean, if you're like really all natural, go at it on your own. Yeah. So, I mean, long as you don't have any complications, it's pretty good. You need to rush to hospital as soon as possible. All right. Okay. All right. So they are likewise. So if you see it with that notation, think about like it's a Y. So what you're really doing there is you're like taking this piece and plugging it in for that Y right there. Yeah.
Will we have any problems like that on the quiz?
I don't think it's on the quiz, but you might see something like that show up on the test.
Okay.
All right. From 14, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because we're running out of time, but I'm going to show you how to set up those equations. So it says 2 times Antonio's age. So I'm going to use A for Antonio. 2A plus sign. 3 times Sarah's age. 3S equals sign 34. And then, to me, that one's the easier one to set up because it's pretty straightforward reading through. The second equation, Sarah's age is also 5 times Antonio's age. So, Sarah is an S. Is. Sometimes it's easy to miss that is. What does is tell us to do? Equal sign. Is your equal sign. Also, 5 times Antonio's age. So 5 times 8. So again, you can use substitution or elimination here. If you want to use substitution, you're going to take this 5A and you're going to put it where that S is at. So that work will look like this. 2A plus 3 times, instead of that S, we put 5A equals 34. I said I wasn't going to solve it, but I'm going to at least get Antonio here. 2A plus 15A equals 34. And that's 17A equals 34. And so divide by 17. So A would equal 2. Or, let's say substitution makes you go cross-eyed. The other thing that you can do is you can take this A and move it over to the other side. So you've got 2A plus 3S equals 34. That one already looks like we want it to look. When we move our A over here, it's going to be negative 5A plus S, because that's a positive S. What's it going to equal? What's left on this side when we move our 5A? Nothing. What number represents nothing? 0. Right there. And so you could do elimination here. You would need to, I'd probably get rid of the S on this one. You could multiply by negative 3 here. So 2A plus 3S would equal 34. We'd have 15A minus 3S equals 0. These would cancel. We'd get 17A equals 34. See how it turns into the same problem at the very end, no matter which way you solve it? And so A would also equal 2 if you did it that way. It asks for Sarah, so you just plug it back in. 5 times 2 gives you 10. Okay. We need to go ahead and start